Right, so I've been riding the Amflow for about 100 miles now. Absolutely loving it, but I am going to make a few changes. First of all, I'm going to change the rear chainstay into its long position. Hopefully that'll aid with some stability going downhill. Although so far I've done some big steep downhills, fast downhills, okay on it. So we'll see if this does actually make a difference for me. And then I'll be putting it on the floor and changing the headset cup. Again, to aid in the steeper stuff going down, I'm going to go for the maximum, which is -1 degree, and just see how that goes. It might be too much, I might not feel a difference, but we're going to change that for tomorrow's ride. I'm going to leave the bottom bracket height alone. I don't really want to get any close to the floor in this, and then I'm also going to just have a look at bringing the cockpit in maybe about 20mm. I have found it's too wide of a grip compared to what I had on the Levo, so I'm going to change them around right now. So we've got the rear wheel off. We're just going to undo this bolt and then same the other side, and then put the correct long one in. I don't know if it is a case of flipping this one, or we do have some extras in my pocket right here, so we will see. So it is just a case of taking out what comes in it and flipping it around. What you get in a pack is another set of this, which will do the middle two adjustments. So there is 4 adjustment positions on this particular bike, and we're going to the longest setting, which does set it back quite a way from standard, opening up this gap here. I was quite surprised though that there's no thread lock on these at all. Weren't particularly tight even, so I think I'm going to put a little bit of thread lock on there. So what did happen just then as well is this cable for the speed sensor became really tight, so we just managed to draw just a little bit of slack through with it, so just be wary of that when you're yanking on this. So it is a bit fiddly. I've got a bit of thread lock in there, so we'll lock this in. It is opened up considerably. I think it's about 10mm difference, I might be wrong, but it does look to be about that, so I'll be interested to see how this is tomorrow. Right, so next up we are going to be shortening the bars, so we've got to take these grips off, and then we're going to be changing up the headset angle, which is a bit of a fiddler job, so you need the bike on the ground for that. So I've got it wedged in the post, not in the post, in the bike holder, and I've got it wedged in my wheel holder here. So we'll get these off, look at chopping these down. Then I'd love to take this light off while we're in the summer, but I've lost the change bracket for the headset, so I'll have to look at getting one of them. So that's a pain in the ass, so this light will have to stay on, because I know the only reason I want to take it off is this cable's doing me head in, there's too many cables on the front. So them off, chop that, put the -1 degree headset in. I do think that'll probably be too extreme for me, but I may as well try it at that, and then, you know, if it's not feeling right, I will revert it back. So I was worried about getting these caps out, but I've just been getting a little knife in, give them a pull, and they come out relatively easily, just in case no one's worried about getting those bad boys out. Pop these grips off. Rub screwing out. Unfortunately these bars don't seem to have a marking, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean them up because they're a bit wet. I'm going to clean them up, get a piece of tape around it so I've got a clean cut mark, and then right, so as I said, just to get that clean cut, hopefully I've just put a bit of tape on evenly all the way around. So I'm only taking it in, it's probably about 15mm each side. I reckon I will need a little bit more, but I'd rather take it off slowly, with it being a set of carbon bars, quite expensive, than chop too much in one go. So we'll chop this now. Not quite as straight as we wanted, but be careful if you're cutting them, because you can get a bit of a peeling on the coating. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to straighten that up with a file, and then I'm going to put a bit of sellotape just around there to prevent any more peeling. So cockpit is taken in, feels a tad better. I'll only really know when I start riding. I was amazed what difference it did make when I had it done on my Levo. I've also moved this control button back into range as well. I don't really like it there. I I hit it a lot, but it's better than it being out over here. So next we're going to take this front off, change this headset. Right, so we've just popped the top cap out. Again, that was quite loose, it wasn't tight at all. So now we're just going to undo these bolts, shaft bolts, don't know what they're called. Just going to pop these off, lift off the full sort of cockpit area, and then we can get to all of this gubbins under here. Right, so that's all undone, so we just slide that off gently. Place that down here, that'll self-support on the cables for a little while. And then we've got a couple of like plastic spacers. Don't think the carbon. We'll change them out for some Vertic at some point. And then we'll pop this off and we'll have a look under here. So we've just popped the Amflow cap, whatever you call it, out of there. That is actually really good quality. There's a couple of dust seals on it inside here, and it was fit really snug. Feels like a good part of that. Right, so that's the original cup, just popped out. It's got the bearing in, so we'll pop the bearing out of there, get everything greased up and slotted back into the way we want it. So got the new headset. There's the old one full of grease. So what I'm going to do is grease this one up, sit the bearing in and get it back on. Right, so we've got the new cup in on the -1 degree, if you look down here, Will. So you've got -1 and you've got +1 depending on which way you put it, and which orientation you'll get. So we've got that in. It was a bit tricky, so we had to go double-handed on that, but we've got that in. Next up, no idea what that's called. I presume it's some form of locking ring, or seal ring, or something ring. But we'll get that in there nice and tight, and then get the seal piece on. Make sure everything is well together before we put the headset on. So there we have it, with a longer and slacker bike. Whether that will transpire in a better riding bike is unknown just yet. In terms of doing that, it is quite a easy but fiddly DIY item to do. I'd recommend having two here or something decent. Obviously I had a bike stand there and a tyre stand to do it. So I don't really know all the specs of it. I'm just going to go by feel. Does it feel good to ride? If it does, I will continue to ride it like that. I have a feeling I probably need to go to the ½ degree on the headset, but I might be wrong. We will see. Anyway, there we go. Right, hopefully the drone is following. We'll give out this new downhill setup a whirl. Will's gone ahead. So again, we've gone a degree slack on the headset, and I've gone into long setting. So far, I don't feel quite as over the handlebars as I would normally be, which is to be expected. And when I was climbing earlier, having the longer setting did actually feel more suited to me than it would previous. In terms of it just felt more stable coming up, especially when I knocked the power up just a touch. Not going fast today, I've only got knee pads on, so I'll never go fast, do I? But yeah, just knee pads on, so I'm not doing anything other than enjoying a ride with my lad today while making a bit of content on some of these new settings. But yeah, it just feels so much better, so much nicer rolling over bits. Been interested on technical climbs, but steep climbs so far has been okay with the longer setup. See Will down at the bottom, he's done really well. Oh yeah, that feels so much nicer. Going over them at the drops there, the rollout is a lot better than what I've rode previously. See what this is like. Again, yeah, it's in the ground just a a bit sooner than it would normal. It's a lot of people. Was not expecting this many people. Go on guys, right, 3, bike's performing amazing going down. I just got really lucky in it. A massive group of walkers, and William said every one of them just stopped, turned and watched as I went down that horrific rock face. Yeah, bike went well. I had to stop near the bottom. We had 2 walkers sort of intersecting, so I give way and let them come past the 2 ladies, because I did not want to go parading off into them. I'd just used a couple of lives doing that. Oh, I tell you what, these steeper steps here, having this front out, end thrown out, is so much better than the last time I come. The sound after that, Will, it's so much better than the last time I came, where I was proper like do. Okay. Coming out down the Slate Mine, I was really hoping to get the drone up and fly manual down here, but the wind's picking up in and out of a lot of stuff. Guys, you've got to be careful. Will's just ahead, he's doing really well. Hopefully he'll still follow me. So Will's just had a bit of a big one. He got down a big drop, I think, and then hit a rock nearer the bottom. And as he's landed, his camera's gone into his chest. He's a bit winded, but he's good now. He's just his bike placement is a bit off sometimes, his positioning, but you've got to learn some out. We'll just wait here for him, then we'll get going again, because that bit's a bit janky. Good lad. Good thing though is it's not put him off. He's still riding right behind me. Follow me. Bit of a drop here, but just watch your wheel. Not much. Yeah, straight back on. That's the second time he's crashed there, but straight back on. Got to pop the bike there, Will. Good lad. He's straight back on and he's going at it. He loves his riding, so I'm going to get him some extra protection. Should have gotten some by now, really. So this is a bit of a ride, this one, if you're not ready for it. You with me? Thank you very much. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Will, it gets a bit janky here. A little pop. You alright? Just follow my line. Well, I'll probably get off there if I were you. Alright. Yeah. It's a better choice. Just walk that bit there. We'll have a look at you in a minute. Just want to watch that mech then. Get your wheels down. He's alright. He's just sore. I'm going to have a good check over of him. Probably have a good bruise there tomorrow. Anyway, that's probably going to be the end of this video. This is most of the good bits of the bash by drone. And William on the floor a couple of times. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you again.